Picture this. You wake before the sun. Not because you want to, because the day will punish you if you don't. The air inside your house is cold and damp. Smoke from last night's fire still hangs low. The floor beneath your feet is packed earth, hardened by years of bare skin and spilled grain. Somewhere in the darkness, a pig shifts. Chickens rustle. This is your home, a single room. It holds your family, your animals, your entire life. You eat before you work, not because you're hungry, but because you must. Coarse bread, sour water from a stream you cannot trust. This is early medieval England, and the first thing you need to understand is this: the world does not care if you survive. Before we talk about hunger or death, there is something more important. Your place in this world was decided before you took your first breath. Roughly 8 or 9 out of every 10 people are peasants. Most of those are serfs. That is what you are. A serf is not a slave, but do not confuse that with freedom. You are bound to the land. You cannot leave without permission. You cannot sell your labor elsewhere. If you run, you are hunted and returned. Your obligations are inherited. If your father was a serf, you are a serf. Your children will be too. The Lord owns the land. The church owns your soul. You work. And in return, you are protected. Protection is conditional. Everything here is. Your work begins at dawn, not at a comfortable sunrise. At first light, when the air still bites. The agricultural year governs everything. Your calendar is not weeks or months. It is tasks: ploughing, sowing, weeding, harvesting, threshing, then starting again. You work with tools that would feel primitive even a few centuries later. Wooden ploughs tipped with iron, sickles that dull quickly. When weather turns bad, work does not stop. Rain soaks your clothes. Cold cracks your skin. Heat drains your strength. Injuries heal slowly, if at all. Many men in their 30s already walk like old people. Archaeologists find this in skeletons: worn joints, compressed spines, healed fractures. Bodies shaped by labor that began in childhood and never stopped. This is not heroic work. It is survival work. All of this labor has one purpose. Not wealth, not comfort, just enough to keep going. Most days you eat bread, coarse, dense, dark, made from barley or rye, sometimes mixed with whatever grain was cheapest that season. Alongside it, thin porridge, vegetables if your small garden produces enough. Meat is rare, not because animals are scarce, but because hunting is forbidden. Forests belong to the nobility. Killing deer without permission is a serious crime. Even gathering fallen wood can bring punishment. You do not starve every day. But hunger is constant. In good years, the diet lacks what the body needs. In bad years, it becomes deadly. One failed harvest means famine. 2 in a row can empty a village entirely. No details needed. Everyone here already understands what that means. Every day you drink water. Every day you take a risk. Rivers serve multiple purposes: drinking, washing, dumping waste. Wells are shallow and easily contaminated. There is no understanding of bacteria. When sickness comes, it feels random. Dysentery spreads fast. Typhoid lingers. Fevers burn through households. Dehydration kills children quickly. And when the day ends and you return home, there is no can pay fines. The powerful can negotiate. The poor endure punishment. Justice is another tool of control. War is not a rare disaster here. It is expected. When your Lord calls, you go. Not because you are trained, because refusal is a crime. You leave your fields, your animals, your family. You are not a soldier. You are a farmer handed a spear. Even if you survive, the damage is done. Crops rot while you are gone. Your family struggles without you. And sometimes war does not come from nearby lords. It comes from the sea. No warning. Ships appear, food taken, animals stolen, homes burned, people carried away. When the raiders leave, they take the future with them. Fields go unplanted. Hunger follows. Some villages never recover. War does not need to kill you to destroy your life. Sometimes it only needs to pass through once. Not everyone faces this world the same way. If you are born a woman, survival becomes narrower from the start. Your place is decided before you can speak. Religion calls it natural. Law enforces it. Custom repeats it until no one questions it. Your world is small, mostly indoors, mostly unseen. You cook, you clean, you spin wool until your fingers split. You care for children who may not survive the year. You work the fields when labor is short. Without you, households collapse. Without households, estates fail. And still you remain subordinate. Marriage is arrangement. You marry young, often in your teens, not because you are ready, but because labor is needed. And then comes the greatest danger. Not poverty, not violence, childbirth, no doctors, no antiseptics. Only midwives, experience and prayer. Some survive again and again. Others do not survive the first time. By every modern measure, this world should collapse. But it doesn't, because people bend. They lower their expectations until survival itself becomes success. Living past 40 is a victory. Seeing a child reach adulthood feels miraculous. Hope here is not about progress. There is no belief that life will get easier. Hope is smaller than that. A harvest that does not fail. A winter that does not kill. A child who wakes up healthy. These moments are enough to keep going. And that is the truth people miss when they look back and ask, how did anyone survive this? They did not survive because life was kind. They survived because they adapted to cruelty. They endured. Not because the world cared, because stopping meant disappearing. So when you imagine early medieval England, do not picture castles and kings. Picture ordinary people, waking before the sun, choosing every day not to vanish.